It's with great pleasure now that I ask Mr. Hector McAlpine, Integrated Health Partnership Board Member, to come and say a few words to you. Hector.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of IHP, it is my real pleasure to welcome you to Poole for this topping out ceremony. A glorious setting with a beautiful view behind us. The ceremony marks the highest point in the construction of this new 5-storey building, which will host 4 traditional theatres and 4 barn theatres. And once construction is complete in May 23, it will enable Poole Hospital to become the major elective care hospital for East Dorset. This is an incredibly complex project being built to and amongst a major hospital. The construction has been designed to be undertaken without restriction or disruption to hospital services, and we hope that any inconvenience experienced will be eclipsed by the creation of excellent operational space with market-leading technologies that will lead to improved patient outcomes. The access restrictions that we've worked through here are some of the most difficult that we've seen in the healthcare construction, and they've demanded innovative solutions. These have included incredibly detailed 4D planning process that allowed us to work within tight space constraints, the construction of a lightweight hybrid steel frame, and also designing of the vertical and mechanical services to run up the outside of the building to preserve floor space inside for clinical use. The ritual of the topping out ceremony gives us an opportunity to recognise and to celebrate the many invaluable contributions that have enabled us to achieve this construction milestone. My thanks to all at the Trust, the local authority personnel, and our designers, AD Architects, Curtains, TB&A. I'd also like to thank the IHP staff and each and every one of the men and women undertaking the physical construction work. Thanks to our M&E partners, WP Portsmouth and Norstead, and local contractors Woodmace, Weldrite, TAC, BJ Malone, Total Laminate Systems, and KC Flooring. The entire team is incredibly proud that we've reached this milestone and kept on track despite the pandemic. And this is testament to the great engagement, commitment, and support from all of you. This project represents exactly what the IHP joint venture was formed to deliver. Through our technical expertise, our leadership, our aim is to deliver this outstanding healthcare scheme using modern methods, constructing off-site where possible, and to our net zero targets. So for myself and on behalf of IHP, please keep up with the energy, the focus, and the commitment, and we look forward to the next phase of Poole Theatres when it opens its doors to patients next summer. Thank you very much.
My name is Richard Renaud. I'm University Hospital Dorset's board lead for this exciting project. Thank you for making the time to help us celebrate this historic day as we top out the new theatres here at Poole. It's an important milestone to bring this cutting-edge facility a step closer for the people of Dorset. The new building will be at the centre of our plans to create the major planned care hospital for our region. This will help shorten waiting times, provide easier access to planned care, and deliver better outcomes for patients. So, what will be in the building when it opens next year? It will house 8 new state-of-the-art theatres, 4 operating theatres per floor, with one called a barn theatre. This is an innovation that allows the main surgical area in a large open-plan format. Each patient is treated in a dedicated space with an ultra-clean air canopy over each station. Other hospitals using this have seen improved staff morale, well-being and patient safety, as barns enable better team working. All our theatres will be much larger than those currently at Poole. Many of these were designed in the 1950s and have provided good service, but we're now entering a new era. These new theatres will help patients for decades to come. They will allow for a greater range of surgical procedures and more modern equipment, such as surgical robotics. Looking ahead, the space is designed to accommodate new technologies and techniques and meet better environmental standards. That means they'll be fit for the future. It's no mean feat to deliver a project of this scale, as Hector's just said. It's an enclosed space next to a busy hospital. We've then had COVID and international supply chain disruptions. However, as a result of the real team efforts, I'm delighted to say we're on time and on budget. Now, there are so many people here today who have been instrumental in making this exciting new development happen. On behalf of the Board of University Hospitals Dorset, thank you. We're grateful to Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant for Dorset, Angus Campbell, for joining us today, as well as Edward Argar, our MP and Minister of State for Health. It's also great to see our local MP, Sir Robert Sims, thank you, as well as representatives from Bournemouth Council and many other key stakeholders. A very warm welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the views. Big thank you to our principal contractor, Integrated Health Projects, IHP. It's a joint venture between Vinci Construction and Sir Robert McAlpine, and delighted to have Hector back and your bagpiper, so thank you. Now, there are so many people who deserve a thank you. I won't single out any individuals, but also because it's a team effort. The clinical teams have worked in theatres, thank you, and all the support staff, as well as our own estates and transformation and many other teams, and all the specialist contractors that Hector just mentioned. Each of you have applied your expertise and passion to get us to this stage today. You are amazing, you've overcome incredible challenges, and on behalf of our board, can I say thank you. As a Dorset resident and speaking with many patients, I know investing in Poole Hospital is very important. Having modern buildings, extensive refurbishments means better care. And despite the many challenges the NHS faces today, we can celebrate this long-term investment that will help transform care in Dorset. So in closing, today is an important milestone. In 1 year's time, patients requiring trauma surgery will start to benefit from these facilities, along with more patients receiving day case treatments. Then in 2 to 3 years' time, Poole will start to transform into the major planned care hospital for Dorset, offering better elective care, protected from emergency pressures. And this will be alongside enhancing the outpatient, cancer, diagnostic and 24/7 urgent treatment facilities here at Poole Hospital. So there is a bright future for this hospital. Thank you for attending today, and thank you for all the teamwork that has got us here, and I look forward to seeing many of you at the official opening in a year's time. Thank you.
Let the topping out ceremony commence.
Thank you very much. Yeah, go for it.
We would like to ask Angelo Massino to nail a bow to the plank which...
Drink that I've been working so hard for.
The correct wording, actually, of that, ladies and gentlemen, should have been he now demands his noggin of non-alcoholic ale. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I think it will be, knowing Helen, but there we are. So, there we are. It's with great pleasure that I ask Mr. Hector McAlpine to make presentations of tankards to the people involved today. Angela, where are you, Angela?
I'm going to Central.
Stuart Dixon next door. Where are you, Stuart? There we are. Well done. Done a great job in making sure the traffic stops, and he's been working with us all day.
Well, lovely, thank you, gents.
And
Just there, sir.
thank you very much. Done.
Thank you to the University Hospitals Dorset NHS Foundation Trust for inviting me to do this, to mark this topping out ceremony for this new set of theatres here at Poole Hospital. It's one of the nice bits of this job, being able actually to get out and about again, to see fantastic work being done around the country, but not just fantastic in its own right, fantastic because of the real impact it will make on people's lives in the local community. And I heard two wonderful things as the Minister responsible for buildings and capital expenditure in the opening remarks. saying this was built to time and to budget so far. These are always wonderful things for a minister responsible for finance in the NHS to hear. But I'm genuinely really delighted to celebrate this scheme reaching its milestone today. It received £187 million of central funding as part of our hospital upgrades programme to modernise and transform the NHS's buildings and services. And you've heard today from previous speakers the real opportunities this and the broader improvements to services across Poole, Bournemouth and Christchurch, what that means for local people. We've seen during the pandemic over the past 2 years the impacts that pressures in emergency departments and A&Es can have on hospitals and planned treatments and on elective treatments. What we're doing with this project and what you're delivering with this project is something which will give this area state-of-the-art emergency department facilities in Bournemouth, complemented with the urgent treatment centre here, and with these 8 new theatres delivering elective treatments, urgent operations, in a way that is much less likely to be impacted by pressures on the emergency department. It is a fantastic step forward for this community, for Dorset, for East Dorset, and of course for wonderful Poole. So I want to say thank you to IHP, thank you to the Trust, thank you to everyone who's made this day possible. I wish you luck with the final year's worth of work to complete this scheme, and I hope that reshuffles notwithstanding, I may still be doing this job in a year's time and can come back and see you when it opens formally to patients. But thank you very, very much for having me down. Thank you for all you're doing for the people of Dorset. Thank you.